Here we go, ConExpo 2023. We made it. Dan made it. Say hi.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
We spotted our first pump here at the DY booth. The show is huge, like way bigger than World of Concrete. So we started out, hit the South Hall down that way, and have been walking, and we finally spotted our first concrete pump. So we're going to check this one out, and then apparently most of the other pump related stuff is going to be over at they call it, Festival Grounds, which is over by Circus over yonder. So maybe we'll check in here with the DY guys and see what they have to say. All right, here we are, DY booth. Darcy Filey, DY concrete pumps.
Absolutely.
What's your title? You're like the head tech guy, right? The smart guy.
Yeah, I don't know. My card changes daily.
When your pump breaks down at midnight on a Friday, call Darcy.
I'm the guy.
He's the guy. The guy. So what do we got here? What are we looking at here, Darcy?
Well, we got a 48 meter in our booth from a local customer to Texas, actually, Liquid Stone Concrete. They're actually, it's kind of cool because they're about like 15 minutes from our plant in Texas. So it's kind of cool to have one of our local guys have our pump in the booth. So a couple of neat innovations that DY has that a lot of other pumps don't have, primarily is our 360-degree turret. And if you want to come and get a pretty cool look at it, because it's on a 48 meter, we got a fairly big turret, you can get a good look at it.
So that is one of the features for us, especially in the city, always being under trees, power lines, whatever. Inevitably, you get to the job site and the boom's spinning off the wrong side. You will never have that issue with this, ever.
Never. And if you actually want to kind of slink in there.
Am I gonna get greasy? Yeah. I don't want to get greasy.
No, it's not greasy. It's for the world. So look up there.
Yeah, I see it right there. It's that
coupling, right?
circular manifold with all the lines that go in top and bottom, right?
Exactly. That's the one. 100%. And it's not any fancy, mysterious technology or wizardry. It really comes out of their crane technology, because DY makes cranes in the domestic market, in the Korean market. So they just adapted one of the swivel couplings out of their crane to fit in a concrete pump.
Yeah, because it's been on excavators for years, decades,
excavators,
right?
Yeah. Some Stinger cranes have it as well. So it's just an inner and outer housing with machine doors sealed by O-rings and backing rings.
So what do you say to the naysayers that say, oh, it's going to be a maintenance nightmare, it's going to be expensive to repair, it'll be constant problems, blah blah blah? Because we know there's always those in concrete pumping.
I say over 250 units in the market, over 8 years, one failure, one leak. And it didn't leak bad. It just started leaking. We sent the customer one under warranty. He changed it himself. That's it.
So pretty bulletproof then.
Very
bulletproof
robust.
And effective.
And the other question I get asked about it quite often is, what about boom performance? Is there going to be lag time in the boom now because your swivel coupling?
It's a good question. Yeah.
100% not a bit. It doesn't happen. Boom's very responsive. Because once everything is full of oil, it's all full of oil.
Right.
So long as there's no air in the system, like any hydraulic system, you're not going to have a problem.
It almost looks like, with how much space there is on this one at least, it would actually be easier to change those hydraulic lines to the turret with the sock and whatnot.
It is. On
that system, rather than just the conventional lines, which they go right through. They end up wrapping around the turret pipe and whatnot, and it's a nightmare to feed them through the sock. So
absolutely. And you know, to carry on with that too, the other question we often get asked is, like, you can see those two fittings up there. Because this customer asks us to be equipped with an air cuff.
Oh, okay.
Valve, squeeze valve, right?
Yeah.
So if you got a 360 turret, how do you run the air up there? Eventually the airline would tear itself off. So we came up with a fairly simple idea. We just have a coiling cord like for the trailers use for the airline.
Yeah.
And we put two quick couplers up there. So the guy unfolds the boom, grabs a coiling cord out of his box, clips it on there with a couple of quick couplers.
Oh, okay.
And away you go. Now you can still go around 360, you just can't go continuous.
And you can leave it on there. You just have to make sure to not keep mindful of where it's at.
Sure, and if you're not going to use the air cuff, you take it off. Same with the boom lights. If you're mainly a guy who pumps in the day and doesn't use a tip light, you don't have to hook it up.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, that makes sense.
Because most of the guys that I talk to, the factory is developing a commutator ring that'll go inside that swivel coupling. But the first question, like we just talked about, that the customer's asking me about that is that now going to become a maintenance item? What happens if the wire breaks inside? What do I do?
Yeah.
Most of the customers that I've talked to have said, I can stop at any truck stop, pick up that coiling cord, and I carry on with my day.
Yeah, it's a commonly readily available piece, right? Easy peasy, inexpensive.
Absolutely.
So one other thing I noticed is, which is nice, You guys still use the nice big swivel feet. Everybody else has moved to these dinky little swivel feet, either for tire clearance issues or for weight savings. And they put them down on these outrigger pads, these wooden pads, and I swear it's almost like a needle that wants to punch through.
I know.
You guys still use the good old school feet. I like that.
And these are actually Bigfoot is who makes some of these for us.
Okay, who makes the pads?
They brand them for us, but yeah, they're actually Bigfoot pads, which is, you know, we can get you any kind of pad you want. I'm kind of old school. I still like wooden pads.
Yeah.
I'm not a plastic pad fan.
Oh,
really.
I'm a plastic pad guy. We're gonna go at it.
I'm an old school.
To be discussed over alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, later.
I will emerge victorious. But yeah, no, I like that with the big feet on there.
But we've got a full line of the plastic ones too, if customers want them.
And then one other thing we were noticing is, for 48 meter especially, this truck overall is really short from bumper to hopper. It's very compact.
Yeah, we got a very short pump cell compared to our competition. We often get mistaken, our 48s get mistaken for 43s. Our 40s.
That's what I thought it was a 43.
36s, yeah. And it's just the way they design it and how they build the structure. You know, they're all about compactness, saving weight. So really, we don't have any stability problems with them. You know, some people say, well, you've got a shorter pump cell, what about stability? Well, if you actually come by the back of the hopper.
Oh yeah, your outriggers come right back.
And that gives us another cool feature too. You don't have your lights sitting on your rear step.
Oh,
Get vibrate and get
yeah, or blocked by hoses, or you have them on the back of the hopper. But you're in our market where we have to run the rubber mat. The guy forgets to fold the mat up. He's driving down the highway with no lights. Yeah, fair enough. I like that. And so these are closed loop pumps.
Yep, closed loop hydraulic system. So the oil gets a very, very positive power transfer going from the hydraulic pump directly to the.
So nice and smooth, none of that bang, bang, bang.
Yep,
but you guys have a special feature with yours, a really easy, simple way to override it.
And we're going to go back to the electrical panel.
There we go. Yeah, this is one of the coolest features on these pumps that I've noticed before.
Well, this is gained Darcy hours and hours and hours of sleep at night. So, one of the cool features we have on the outside of our electrical panel is a blown fuse indicator. So, one of the fuses blows inside the panel, it lights up out here. So when the operator opens up the cabinet, oh, I got a blown fuse. Pretty simple.
Yep.
Okay, we also we put a fuse chart up there.
There the fuses labeled.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
Look at that bad boy.
Love that.
Absolutely.
I don't have to go through the mildew-covered manual that's been lost in the side cabinet.
Well, there's a non-mildew covered manual.
Oh, look at that. Lamination is the key.
Right. So, our electrical system is very simple, very well laid out. One thing DY does is very good electrical, because some of their other businesses in Korea are automotive parts manufacturing. They make bazillions of little electric motors for power seats, power windows, electric fans. They sell them to Ford, Chrysler, GM, all over the world. Like in Korea, they are a huge, huge industry. Moving on from that, other than the nice layout, this is the money right here.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
This is the 3 electrical overrides that we provide through DY. First one being the PTO switch. So you get a situation where the operator puts it in PTO, says the front drive shaft's turning, but I got no power. Okay, so we have an electrical switch on the back of our PTO box, so when the shift fork slides over, it closes the contacts, lights up the system. Should that switch fail, just turn that on. It's bypassed, just like that. No more crawling under, twisting wires together, skinning wires with your knife, with your teeth, you know, all that kind of stuff we've done in the field.
Fun stuff.
Right. Second feature we have is a power switch. So you do get the situation once in a blue moon where you may have a potential remote failure, you don't have the cable backup with you, things can happen. That power switch restores full functionality to the rear step panel, so all the functions can be run from this rear step panel. It also electrically bypasses the accumulator. It's not a full-blown e-stop bypass because we still like safety features to be in place. But it will bypass the accumulator circuit and restore electrically. It'll restore accumulator.
So at least you can stroke the S2 over.
Clean and get her cleaned out.
Yeah.
And then the big money switch is the backup switch. So inherently, the question gets asked with proximity sensor-based systems. what happens when it fails? What happens if the 3K18 relay burns up? What happens if a proximity sensor? You're on a job site, the contractor's trying to be helpful, helping the operator, throws a reducer up on the deck, hits a proximity sensor, bing, bang, boom.
I've never done that. Or a shovel, ever. Never a shovel.
That's right. So you turn this on, it completely bypasses the 3K18 relay and the whole proximity circuit, goes to 4K27, which is a backup stepper relay, and uses a hydraulic sensing.
So you actually have sensing valves on there as a backup as well?
Yeah, but it's a simple system. Think of a 1967 Chevy 350 pickup. You know the oil pressure switch?
Yeah.
Oil pressure comes up, the light goes out?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
It's a very
the
simple
hub switch, basically.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And that is actually up here on the deck on the FFA. So we got to go back up here.
We're getting the full tour today. It's a benefit of coming by the booth late in the day. These guys were just smoking busy earlier.
Yeah, we were.
I like that. The step swivels out too.
Well, yeah, and that was actually an innovation for one of our customers. You know, we had a customer that said, you know, I don't like it, the deck being this way, because again, our short pump cell, right, with the rear axle on the tri-drive. So he actually came up with the idea, why don't you guys just kick them out a bit? And we went, okay, it's a good idea.
Pump company listened. There's a concept.
Well, sometimes the ingenuity comes from the best place.
Sometimes the customers are not always wrong.
Know what they're doing. So we got this valve right here. That valve, that bad boy right there. So that valve is tied in to the main hydraulic pump system.
Yeah.
So when you're in backup mode, proximity sensors, the lights go out, they're just along for the ride. When the oil pressure hits a certain pressure, this switch closes, sends a signal to that stepper relay, and the shift happens. Just like
okay.
that. Now, the benefit of this valve here being adjustable, let's say you're doing a greasy wall, right? Like I mean, I know you're from Canada, you're in, you know, millimeters of slump, right?
Yes,
in the deep south, we still talk inches.
Hundreds of millimeters, hundreds, yes,
so,
yes.
Let's talk about a 6-inch slump, right? That's about, well, 80 mils, about 3-inch. So you're talking 120 mil slump.
Yeah.
Right? Nice, you know, hitting about 110 bar, everything's great. We set that bar, we set the bar pressure for this factory at 240. So it's going to give you a bit of a pressure spike. It's going to go kind of, and it's going to shift for you.
Right.
You don't want to listen to that anymore. You're just coming back this valve off, right? Just turns, just like that. Back it off, and you can tune that in so you almost get no pressure spike.
Oh, so you just tune your signal or trigger pressure to just a little bit higher than what you think your maximum line pressure would be pumping that mix.
Yeah, and you just do it while you're pumping. You just come up here and you turn it. Yeah, well, yeah, I like the way that's going.
Right.
Now, if you're in a remote area where you're, let's say, you know, you get sent away. I mean, for yourself, you get set up in what's this, Ski Hill, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Squamish,
Whistler.
Yeah. Whistler. You get sent up to Whistler for a week. Second day in, you have a proximity sensor problem. Just leave it. Turn it back up on,
you could pump for days like this.
Now, so you've done that. You've done your wall job. Now they send you to do a couple of bridge pilings. Silica fume, 1-inch rock. Now you're hitting 300 bar. You just come and dial that up to 300 bar.
Right.
Pump it. So it's a very, very simple, basic system that any operator can understand, anybody can work with, and it gets you out of jail all day long.
Simple, easy.
Yep.
Even a pump operator could figure it out. even this one right here.
No name mentioned, right?
So that's the DY 48 5-section RZ.
Yep.
16, nice and clean.
16 cell.
Something I noticed I was mentioning to Jason as well. Your guys' paint is come leaps and bounds from years ago. It's top notch now. It looks really good.
We're painting a lot of them right in Texas.
We've seen you guys got a nice new fancy paint facility too.
Yeah, this year we opened up our 50,000 square foot production facility in Texas, and it's got a 150 foot long paint booth in it. One of the biggest paint booths in the Midwest.
Wow.
And we got the full on with the little boogie buggies, you know, for the painters to go up and down and in and out. I mean, I just like driving around those things. They're cool. So yeah, we've totally stepped up our paint game.
Yeah, the fit and finish is really, really nice on these things.
Yeah. So if you actually want to get another picture of that swivel company, you just hop up on the deck there.
All right, I'm allowed to go up there. I'm going to get it dirty. No, I won't. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
And how is it to change out the turret pipe?
The turret pipe is not much different than changing it out on anything else. It does fit through. You know, the rings fit through. You just take the clamps off and drop it on the bottom.
Yeah, just drop the pipe right through.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, there is lots of room in there.
Yeah, like I say, this is not rocket science. It's not.
So that's all the magic is in this piece right here.
Yep.
Surprised nobody else has caught onto that. Do you guys have a patent on that, or just nobody else is?
Nobody else.
Everybody else is stubborn.
Yeah, well, stubborn or I don't know.
Stuck in their ways.
That's a good question.
Stuck in their way. I know, right?
Really,
That seems like a great idea.
I don't have an answer for that one. I'll be honest with you.
How about the view from up here? This is amazing.
March Madness going on over in this.
Oh yeah, that bouncy ball stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's no sticks or pucks, so I don't have a lot of interest.
No UFC.
Yeah, none of that. So, well, that's fantastic. I appreciate the tour.
Absolutely, man.
And that's
I appreciate
the
you guys coming by.
360 swivel, easy proximity overrides, easy overrides in general. Nice big outrigger feet, nice compact short truck, and a 5-section RZ boom. My favorite type of boom fold. What do you think, Dan? RZ is the best, or ZR?
5-section, no, RZ.
RZ. You guys have ZR as well, but us city boys are into the RZ stuff. So awesome. Well,
It's what you get used to.
thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Man, thank you. Glad you guys stopped by. You get a shake.
And we'll settle. All right, here we are over at the they call it the festival lot, which is like 2 miles away. And this show is huge. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. This is like way bigger than World of Concrete. This is like 6 World of Concretes. Absolutely massive. Anyhow, we're seeking out the LeBear exhibit here. They got something special. Something special that wasn't the World of Concrete, but is here. So I'm super excited to see it. We'll check back in a sec. What do you think? Initial thoughts?
A lot of equipment here.
A lot of huge equipment. This is crazy. Yeah. What do you think?
Go for it. You can do it.
Who's gonna win? Put your votes in at home. You want me to go first?
You go. I'm still waiting to register.
Okay, I'll go first.
What was my score?
That's enough. That's too much like work.
Dica hat schon mehrere Dieselfahrer
You did great.
I missed it 2 out of 4 times. Okay, you gotta beat that. You only get 2. I missed twice, so I took 2 extras. Maybe cheating? Probably cheating. I think Dan's gonna take me. He's bigger and he's longer. He's got them long limbs. He's got leverage. Well, let's see it, buddy. Oh. I think you beat me. Did I even get it into the red?
No, you got it about where the grade is.
Oh, right where it goes from orange to red?
Right? You might have hit the white right between the grade and the white and the H10 there.
Oh, God. Terrible.
Right in the 92.
Yeah, okay.
20.
I got smoked. I'm having pump rodeo flashbacks. Terrible. I think my problem was I'm too short. Mostly too weak, but I missed it.
We'll go with the short and probably even a little bit of the old.
But mostly I completely missed it. So a couple times anyhow. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow. I'm gonna go train. I'm gonna train tonight. Okay, Kerry Coburg, Daika, I'm ready. We snuck on him. We just pulled the camera out, snuck up on him. This is off the cup. We keep it raw.
Of Safety Tech steel. So the things you love about steel is very rigid. Steel will spread the load. So concrete pumpers with 48 to 70 meter pumps where you need to get your ground brake pressures down, and you've got 60 to 100,000 pounds of outrigger pad load crushing your wood and making your setup safe. This is going to combine the Safety Tech material that you trust with steel that can take load and spread it out over the entire area of the pad. So under the bottom of this pad, we've got steel plate.
Yeah.
And we've got more here that's going to lock into the steel tubes. A recessed center to keep your foot in the center here. Load goes down, will spread to the steel tubes. And then these 3 pads are modular so that one guy can move them. And this is designed to take load and spread it out over 13.5 square feet with 50,000 pounds and 18 square feet and 100,000 pounds.
And it's all locked together, and then you got the reset circle and outrigger pad, so your foot's got no chance of sliding out of there.
And if you're worried about that, you can put a neoprene down or whatever you want for increased friction.
Well, usually with the recession in the pad, the swivel foot is locked right in there, so that's good, taken care of. Yeah, that's so how heavy is it? That's the question. Dan, you want to film me? I'm going to try and pick it up.
It's designed for 2 people.
I don't know if this is the man to do this. I just watched him do the strength challenge.
Let me try to lift it by myself. It's not bad. Can I hold it out to here? Now, how heavy are these?
These are all 30 or 40 pounds.
Oh, these are easy.
Yeah.
Could you ever do handles on these? Could you, would you? If you wanted to?
Maybe.
No, this is great. I'll try by myself just to prove a point. It's easy.
Well, it's easy when you're, but yeah. And it is 2-person or 1 to 2 Scott Sutherlands.
So here's the question, because I know pump guys are very skeptical and they're very visual creatures.
Yeah.
Pump guys are going to say, and I already know the answer to this because we talked about it, pump guys are going to say, but I need those steel timbers or steel braces, whatever you want to call them. I need them to extend further across the pad. The pad's going to bend. It's not going to carry the load. What's the answer to that?
So this has been optimized in terms of the lengths of the tube steel have been optimized to where they apply the load out, and that pad is rigid enough at that point and that size to get the load from the steel tube out to the outer edge of that pad. So this has all been optimized with the engineering to handle that.
Yeah, so it's fully engineered. Excellent. Yeah, no, that's very, very impressive. Because I'm just thinking with the materials we had previously, we would have to build out so much to properly crib to get this amount of surface area. Now it's all just in one kit. You could easily keep this on a pump truck too, easily.
And the total weight, let's see, 322 pounds on the biggest one. Excuse me, 3 on the smallest one, and then 500 pounds total weight. And the nice thing about this is these will be priced really economical compared to even like the FiberTech stuff that people love. The 13.5 square foot solution is going to be about $1,400 per kit, and then a couple grand for the other one. So when you're
and this one here is
this is actually a prototype. It's not even 13.5 square feet. It's close. So this.
Oh, so you're going to have one that's bigger than this too?
Just a little bit. So basically, your base pads. 18 by 36 by 2. So this is the small. This is a 13.5 square foot. The bigger one will be 21 by 42 by 3. Is each of these pieces?
Oh wow!
Here. Yeah.
Hey, sorry, and how much was the price on this?
$1,400.
Yeah. Okay, so that's way cheaper because previously what we were doing to build this amount of surface area, we were using multiple layers of the FiberTech pads, which are great. Yeah. They're amazing, but this is far more cost effective. Far more. Yeah, that is an amazing, amazing thing. That's great.
So the other thing too, on this prototype, these tolerances will be dialed in better, so these tubes won't be sliding laterally. So the tolerances on this, so you can see here, this is a little bit loose.
Right. So it's all prototype
that up, so they'll all be in there. But then there'll also be some things here on this to keep this pad from sliding.
Finished product, the tubes will be a little longer and come right to the.
Well, actually, the recess will be less.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I know, that's very, very slick. I like that.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about a self-leveling pad. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Sorry, you gotta bring over the
was he the fellow Canadian that came up with the idea?
The inventor. This is your BC.
I was kind of jealous to hear another Canadian was coming up with Daika ideas. I thought it was the only one. I don't know.
The hotbed is BC. Right?
Yeah, the West Coast. We're thinkers on the West Coast.
So meet Wayne. I'll let him introduce the self.
Nice to meet you, Wayne. Yeah. Wayne's one of our neighbors to the west, slightly to the west. Oh, wow.
So this one, you know as well as anybody, you're never on level ground.
Yes.
You always get stuck in a crab hole.
Yeah.
And you want to have a firm level base from the top all the way up for your crane or for your concrete pump.
Yes.
So with this is set up to do 10-degree angle, so you can see we're blocked up here.
Up to 10 degrees.
10 degrees. You rotate it and it changes.
Oh my God. So is this actually fixed together?
This has a pin that floats in there and it holds it together just for you to turn it, but it doesn't need it when you level it. So that'll take the full weight of your concrete pumper. You put a level in the middle, turn it till you want to get it level, and then you just turn that and you can see where the level is. So right there we're dead level, and you can be 3 degrees off this way, 4 degrees off this way.
Yeah.
Like you're not trying to get one plane. This does.
You're getting all the planes.
Because this whole thing rotates. It'll come apart in 2 pieces, so it's not heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, I could pick the whole thing up anyhow, but you would take that pad there. So you'd have one like this.
Yeah.
But if you put that down on the ground, or if you even use the big ones, if they're on the ground and you're on a level, you're still at a plane. So if you put that one on top of this, or that, or the big one, you can level it, and your pad's always going to be dead level.
Oh, okay.
Let's say you put it down in the ground and you picked your truck up.
Yeah.
You know as well as I do, you have one corner, sometimes it sinks down in the mud.
Yeah.
So then you lift and then it stops, right?
Yeah.
Well, then you can lift up just that one outrigger
and adjust.
give it a tweak, and you're back to level, and then you come down.
Is the idea that this will be multiple sizes? Will there be larger sizes, do we know?
There's going to be multiple sizes.
Okay.
And they're going to add a handle to it. There's one handle here and one handle here. They're going to put one on each side. And then there was talk of whether they're going to put the degrees on this so you can look it up and put.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It doesn't really matter. Really, what you want to do is just make sure it's level, and then you're golden.
Because how many times as a pump guy have you tried to level up your pads and it's okay, I got
You end up putting a block
a 4x6, and okay, now I got a 2x4, now I got a 1x2,
and then you take a shovel
chamfer
and dig
strip,
down.
and you always end up with gaps. You still have
And I
gaps.
take
So
6x8s, laid them down, they're all like this.
Yeah.
So then I shovel it. Then when I try to push a 6x8s together, you get the mud between them.
yeah,
Where now you put down that pad or that pad or that pad, throw this on top.
No matter what angle that's at, you can make
Yeah,
it level.
up to 10 degrees. And you guys aren't going to be pumping over 10 degrees.
For us, we would never need a bigger one than this.
No.
Because this wouldn't be our base pad. We'd always be putting this on top of our
well, if you were going to do like a Pro Stack kit,
You'd always want
you'd use this as the base and then stack on top of that,
I think
right?
you put the post. I think you put this. You put the base down.
No, you'd have to put this. You'd have to put your Pro Stack on this. Because
I
you
would-
couldn't have your Pro Stack crooked.
No, you put your base down first.
Yeah.
Then you put your Pro Stack down, and then you can level on top, or you can have a bigger one and put the Pro Stack on top.
That's what I was thinking. Now, then you level your Pro Stack, right?
We blocked up 4 feet in the air before.
Yeah.
To lift bridge beams and stuff, and it's out of kilter. So we put this on top and put our jack on top to lift it up.
So this is amazing. So when do you think this might be a production piece?
I would think they're going to have it out in a couple of months.
Really?
There's been a huge demand for it. Like
That is.
I just gave this to him.
Oh, there we go.
I gave this to him 4 weeks ago, and
Yeah, that is.
they built this prototype out really fast, considering all the paperwork and making a deal between us.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to be a dealer for BC was a big thing. I like their product. That's why I signed it.
Hear that, guys? BC guys that have been having to pay shipping and whatnot on their Dica products. We may have a dealer in BC coming. We do have a dealer in BC coming. There's your guy right there, your BC dealer right there.
But yeah, no, we'll be helping all you guys out with the pump trucks. That's what we are as a rigging, lifting company.
Yeah.
But the one thing we were shy on was the outrigger pads.
Right.
I couldn't produce an outrigger pad that was as good as theirs. So I figured, well, let's just go into cahoots with them then.
Well, and theirs are actually engineered. I know there's a lot of similar products out there, but I don't think there's any engineering or paperwork behind them. So these are the only guys that have
This
that.
one we've gone up to 385,000 pounds in their engineering.
So from what Kerry was saying, I think what I gathered was with this setup, they will also have another one that'll be 1 pad wider. Was that kind of the idea?
I think so.
So that would be good for like your 50.
The pads here, the bigger one is going to be 3 pads on the bottom, but it's going to be 21 inches by 42 inches. The
Okay.
smaller one is 3 pads of 18.
Oh, because those are 36. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be a little bit wider and a bit longer. Okay, so it's going to be a good bit bigger than that. So that'll be good for your big booms. So
Like if that was 1 pad, it was hard to pick up.
yeah.
Like I don't find this that bad at all. That's pretty good.
No. For most pump operators, we're used to heaving some pretty heavy stuff around. So
And then the thing is, having that lock in like that makes it so easy because these lost spread. So it's not hard to put in, like you're not trying to match it
well,
up.
that's always the
against the stack.
skepticism because a lot of the nylon pads out there, plastic pads, they're not textured, so they're slippery. All this stuff is textured, but now you add that element as well,
Yeah,
and
we're
yeah,
a
tighter than
testing
wood.
company too, so we test wire rope slings,
Okay.
wire stuff like that. But we took some ones that came from Edmonton, and we cribbed them on both sides, and then checked out the pressure on them.
Yeah.
And they weren't even as good as plywood. They just wanted to buckle.
Yeah.
Just junk.
Oh yeah, no. We had some that we sourced locally previously,
Yeah.
without mentioning names.
Yeah.
They were awful. Yeah, it was basically completely useless. It wouldn't distribute load whatsoever.
The
So
only thing they did was protect the outrigger from rocks.
yeah, that was about it, right? So
Would it be possible to put a hole through here to go through all the way through? You could either do it on each end, so then on your rig, you could have 2 pins where you could just put them on and stack them up. They wouldn't take up much room, and you could stack them up 4 high or 8 high on one side, and it would only take up as wide as the thing is and as long as it is. Or the other option would be to have 4 pins so you could hang them down under the truck or on one side and just slide them on, and then put a cotter pin or a pin through the end so they can't slide off.
more brilliant Canadian ideas. It was his idea. So question for you: did you do the LeBaire Hammer Smash Carnival type event just over that way?
Not yet done that, no.
You know, you
I think
take the sledgehammer, you try and ring the bell.
Sounds like it's perfect for you.
Dan and I did it. Who do you think won?
Well, I would think you based on your muscle, but I think this guy knows how to swing it and lever it.
He's long, he's tall, he's got leverage,
Yeah, he's got the leverage.
and he's shredded. That too. Yeah, he smoked me. I swung 4 times and I missed
He
twice.
tried to do it. He let.
No, it was like my golf game. I kept lifting my head. It was terrible. So anyhow, well, maybe if we're back here tomorrow, we'll go give her a whirl. All right, here we are at the Dica booth. Ran into some fellow Canadians, guys from Pumpcrete. We got Craig from Pumpcrete, Riley from Motor City Crane Rental, Chris, Motor City Crane Rental,
Reese Concrete Pumping.
Reese? Weiss Concrete Pumping. Also from Canada, or is that?
Yep.
It is, okay, excellent. Motor City, I was thinking Detroit. But yeah, we got a special shout out here for Mark Williams of Pumpcrete. I've heard he's a viewer of the channel. I'm hoping he's a subscriber, because that's kind of the rule. If you're gonna watch more than 30% of the videos, you gotta subscribe. Everybody here subscribe?
Absolutely.
Dan?
Of course I subscribe.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, big shout out to Mark Williams. We appreciate you watching the channel and supporting, and great to meet these fellow Canucks down here. Cheers, guys. Cheers. I wish I had a beer, but I just got a thumb. There we go. I'm lame like that. All right, so we're just taking a little peruse here through the Dica booth. Just finishing up here, I should say. Got these, got those ones. That's me. Look at that. Semi-famous. You made it. You know you made it when you're in the flyer, right? Anyhow, we are going to keep on trucking here. So, all right, guys. End of day 1. That's a wrap. That's a lot of walking. We are spent. Just finishing up here at the DY booth. Dan, what do you think?
I think we got our exercise in.
We saw some cool stuff. I think for this video, I'm probably going to show some stuff from DY, a little bit of stuff from Dica, a little bit of miscellaneous, and then we got a lot more stuff, some stuff from LeBaire, some really cool stuff from LeBaire. A couple more booths we got to get by tomorrow, and maybe we'll throw that into tomorrow's video, and then maybe even a couple more beyond that. But yeah, it was a good day, but this show is absolutely massive. Now we got to figure out how to get back to the hotel. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do.
Like, share, subscribe.
Over and out. All right, here we are, back at the room. We're in the pyramid. What do you think of the pyramid?
It's actually pretty nice.
I feel like we're actually in Egypt. It's the authentic, authentic Egyptian experience. Anyhow, we'll be back at the show tomorrow for one more day. And I brought a couple extra shirts. Brand new, barely worn, never worn. XL, one size fits all. The first 2 people that we see at the show tomorrow that have watched the video and can provide evidence that they subscribe to the channel, we'll give them the shirts.
Or one per person.
One per person, yeah. We won't give both shirts to one person. You got to be in groups of 2, right? That's the deal. So yeah, first 2 people will probably be at the show tomorrow, probably about 10 a.m. or something like that. We'll be over at the the festival lot, or the, what do they call it? Was it the diamond lot? Those seem to be, yeah, those are the 2 lots that have the bulk of the concrete pumping stuff. So that's what we'll be. So hopefully we'll see 1 or 2 out there tomorrow.